For months after arriving in Ellis Island, all immigrants saw other immigrants. When they took their first step, realizing the streets were not paved with gold, the tenements were not as grand as they heard, there was noise coming from every angle, but there was always something happening, good or bad. Let's find out how immigrants lived their daily lives.
Depending on what job you had, you must wake up at a certain time. Some newsies would wake up at 3 a.m. or sleep on the sidewalks to make sure that they could arrive at their corners as soon as possible to deliver their papers before anyone else. But if you were a seamstress, you'd wake up at 6 a.m. to get the cloth from the store for the day.
However, if you were a dressmaker, you would get different and nicer cloth. Waking up at 6 a.m. was part of the daily routine. Young girls and mothers mostly took care of the family and did all the chores. Some of the chores were cooking, sewing, washing the laundry, and cleaning the house. Their apartment was often crowded with many relatives living together. That was a lot of people and only the female gender doing the household.
But the boys are a totally different story. The boys didn't have chores. They would work outside of the tenement or get a job. Some of the jobs were shoe shining, bookbinding, janitorial work, but some boys ditched their jobs to join boys' alleys behind tenements.
However, it was hard because people spoke different languages. But living in a tenement was not fun. There was no electrical power until 1918. There were no bathrooms until 1905. It was cramped in the tenements because you were either living with your extended family or boarders. A boarder is a person who lives with you and pays part of the rent.
Most immigrants wouldn't like boarders living with them because then a tenement would be even more crowded. On the other hand, some wanted them even though it would be cramped, because if they were not wealthy, they might not be able to pay rent, so the boarders gave them a hand.
Mommy, it's crowded, but at least we left our whole our life. It was more fun for the little kids because they could play kickball. Pass!
Out! Sit down on the sidewalk.
However, they would have to find a spot where people are not pushing food carts.
Hey kids, I was here first. Get lost. In the 1900s, water after playing kickball, or just water in general, you would have to walk to the middle of the building, to the faucet, where you collect the water in a large bowl. And if getting jobs wasn't hard enough for the kids, they also had to run a lot of errands.
Most big cities had a Jewish and Jewish neighborhood, so their people could be together since not everyone got along because of where they came from.
So, you see, settling in America was not easy for anyone, but most of the immigrants had hope. Hope for their lives to turn out great.